Hi everyone, so it was 46 degrees today in Portland, Oregon. It was pretty cold but sunny, so I got a chance to take a look around at what's going on in my community garden and also a little bit at the back of the garden at my house. Okay, I'm at the community garden and everything looks great. I can't believe that all the beds this year don't have many weeds. As far as my bed, it also doesn't have any weeds. It does have a green cover that I put down, but I was expecting that to grow at least like 1 or 2 feet, but it's 1 or 2 inches, so maybe it's going to grow more in the springtime. Can't really tell in this picture, but this is a picture of the green cover that I put down. I cannot remember the varieties, but I actually used 3 different varieties and they're all about 1 inch high. Okay, here's some kale that overwintered. And I kept them really short in the summertime. I usually give the kale to my rabbits, so I just kept cutting the outside, and it made it more manageable and gave me more space to grow other vegetables. In the community garden, I have 2 raised beds. Here's another view of the community garden. Nobody has really done anything because the weather hasn't been that great. We just got a break in the weather today, but it's not going to stay that warm. It's still February, but if it stays bright, some days I can get out there, and this is a great time for me to weed because the ground is soft and the weeds come out very quickly. So here's another view. It's just a small community garden. I'm very lucky that the garden is on my street, so it's only like a, 5 minute walk down there, and that makes it very convenient. It's a private community garden, so it's not ran by the city. It's ran by a private person, and that's also nice. Okay, I'm back at the house now. I'm just showing you a container with bulbs that are coming up already. And I have some daffodils in the back. Spring is like the longest season in Portland. I just did a few projects today. So one of the projects I did was prune the climbing rose. This is actually a Graham Thomas rose. It's a pink. I don't remember the variety, but it's very pretty. Okay, this is the back where I worked, and I pulled a little bit of the weeds, but I didn't do too much today. And I'm just showing you a picture of some of the bulbs coming through some of the mini drawers that I use as containers. This is a window that I found on the street that I'm using. Well, actually, I'm not using it yet. I just kind of placed it on a raised bed, but I will be using it this year to winter garden and start things early. Actually, I still have time. I probably will start some seeds under there. My neighbor just told me that he has 2 other windows that he's going to bring over for me to use in the weekend. So I'm real excited about that. This is my foxglove, and it looks pretty good, but there's some kind of insect that has eaten all the leaves. I don't know what kind of insect. I suspect some kind of beetle, so I might have to put something, spray it with some soap or something like that. Same thing happens to my rhubarb because there's nothing for these bugs to eat. This is one of my first flowers. It's a candy tuft, and it usually flowers this time of year in Portland. And actually it started flowering in December. It does really well in this climate. Okay, so here's a view of my gulch garden, and the gulch garden is at the back of my house. And in the distance you can see the brambleberries, and it was all covered in brambleberries. And this is just like, I call it like extra land that I kind of took over. It belongs to the railroad, and it's sort of is a buffer between the railroad and the train, and there's actually a highway. Okay, so that was my first day. I didn't do too much today because it's still pretty early, but there are a lot of cleanup projects that I can be doing out there. So I'm going to continue, if it's sunny, to try and do as much as I can so I can jump ahead of the season. Also, like I mentioned, it's a really good time to weed because there's not many weeds and they're going to come out really easily. Okay, until next time, bye.